everyone, welcome back to Homemaking 101. Since it's a nice snowy day today, we're going to go ahead and make some soup. So what we're going to be doing today is beef barley soup. It's going to be a 2-day process. So for the first day, you're going to need your crock pot, turn it on low. You're going to need a soup bone. So we're going to go ahead and open this. You can get soup bones from your local butcher shops. If you have a leftover bone, it's empty, buddy. Or if you have a leftover bone from any other meat that you used previously, you can go ahead and use that as well. Yeah. So this soup bone actually has a lot of meat on it, as you can tell from the 3 pieces here. We did thaw out a little bag of meat to go in our soup then, so we're going to add that in here as well to cook down. And then we also, once this is fully cooked, we'll take all the meat off and use it in our soup. Peas. That's a lot, buddy. So these are just nice little cube pieces we're going to throw in here too. Going to fill it up with some water. We're going to fill it about almost up to the edge of your crock pot. That way we get nice amount of broth from it. And you might need to keep filling as you go. It just depends on how much it's going to cook down. But for now, we're going to put it up to the edge. Alright, so for our soup, we went ahead and shredded up all of our meat. And we put a little bit of broth in with it. We're going to add some more broth. This is what was left over from cooking our beef yesterday. We're also going to be adding some ghee. This was left over for when we made homemade cheese. I had it frozen, so we went ahead and thawed it out. We're going to add that to our soup as well. And we're going to add some pearl barley. So we're going to need about a cup of barley. What's wrong, bud? I'm going to pour a cup in here. Alright. And then, normally you would add celery and carrots. I don't have any celery and we're allergic to carrots. So we're going to add some peas. You can really add whatever vegetable you want. It doesn't have to be a specific one. So we're going to put 2 cans of peas in here. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and chop up an onion into fine pieces and add that in as well. And then we're going to add our seasoning. All right, so we went ahead and chopped up our onion. We're going to add that in here as well. All right, so then next we're going to go ahead and add our salt. We need about half a teaspoon of salt. You can always add more if you need more later, but I would definitely let it cook down for a while first. And then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of pepper. Now this does call for bay leaves, 1 to 2 bay leaves. So if you have them, go ahead and add them in. I don't have any on hand, so we're just gonna skip that for right now. Then we're also going to need about a teaspoon of garlic salt. Just going to mix this up here a little bit. We're going to turn our crock pot on low. We're going to let this sit here all day on low and cook. We do have extra bone broth in our jar that we had frozen. I'm going to add a little bit of that into here just to give it a little bit more liquid. I should think we can get it all in there. Perfect. Because that barley is going to use up some of that liquid. We're gonna put our lid on, and then we're just keep checking it every so often. You can do this if you're gonna be away all day. It's gonna be totally fine in the crock pot as long as you keep it on low all day. All right, so this has been cooking on low all day. We did go ahead and put it on high because we added more barley in, so that is now fully cooked in as well. It was a little bit too much liquid for the amount of ingredients in it. It also needed a lot more salt since we did homemade bone broth. If you use the store bone broth, that has a lot of salt already added in. So just adjust to your taste. We added more garlic salt as well for more flavor. And then we also added some oregano since we didn't have any bay leaves to put in, just to give it a little bit of extra flavor there as well.